today's
Video
news.
of drone collision.
The footage supports the account by U.S. officials.
Holding failed banks responsible.
They almost cratered our entire banking system.
Flooded in California.
We just can't get a contractor out here right now.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, the Air Force has released video saying it proves a Russian jet buzzed, then eventually collided with a U.S. surveillance drone over the Black Sea. Here's CBS's Weijit Jiang.
Newly released video overnight supports the account by U.S. officials that two Russian jets made a total of 19 passes on the unarmed drone, drenching it with their jet fuel. On the final pass, the Russian pilot appeared to miss his approach, causing a collision.
Switzerland's central bank has agreed to lend Credit Suisse more than $50 billion. It's a move to stabilize a big bank under pressure. Treasury Secretary Yellen is expected to tell lawmakers today the U.S. banking system is sound after two bank failures, and Congress wants answers from bank executives. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The largest banks are in much better financial condition. Janet Yellen is going to say that. But more importantly, the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and the Swiss National Bank and the European Central Bank, they're acting quickly and decisively.
There's new U.S. pressure on the Chinese owners of TikTok, the video sharing app, as we hear from White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
A statement from the company indicates the Biden administration has strongly recommended a divestiture of TikTok from its Chinese ownership, or else. A TikTok spokesperson says a split-off from Beijing wouldn't solve U.S. security concerns, but that TikTok's own plans would. A growing chorus of critics in Congress notes that any Chinese-owned technology company has to comply with China's law forbidding the government to take its data at any time. The Trump administration tried to ban TikTok more than 2 years ago, but the effort was blocked by the courts.
After the latest storm system in California, thousands are still out of their homes because of flooding and fears caused by rising rivers. CBS's Carter Evans has more on the impact.
California farmers appear to be getting desperate, sacrificing pickup trucks in an effort to fill a broken levee. Yep, the men were trying to prevent the Tule River in central California from inundating an orchard. Across the state, almost 90,000 people are facing evacuation. Christopher Moreno left his home in the middle of the night with no shoes. What happened when you went to the shelter? It was full. It was full. No room. No more space. He's been living in his car for almost a week.
Now to Texas, where a conservative federal judge promises a ruling soon in a bid to block access nationwide to an abortion pill. CBS's Christina Raffini is in Amarillo.
A handful of pro-abortion rights demonstrators stood outside the federal courthouse in Amarillo.
Access to medication abortion is one of the last options that we have.
While inside, an anti-abortion rights group called the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine argued the court should reverse the FDA approval for the drug mifepristone, part of a two-step medical abortion process that makes up 53% of abortions in the United States. The FDA says the drug, which has been used in the United States for more than 2 decades, went through a rigorous 4-year approval process and says 99% of patients are treated without an adverse reaction. This decision could impact its availability nationwide.
Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin are proposing rape and incest exceptions to an 1849 abortion ban. Democratic Governor Tony Evers rejects the proposal and is suing to overturn the ban.
The bill that's being suggested by the Republicans is something that isn't in concert with 50, 60, 70% of Wisconsinites.
4 minutes after the hour. Staples.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cab News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.